So what if your next hire wasn't even a person? What if it was a super efficient AI agent that you could get up and running in like an afternoon? I know it sounds like something straight out of a movie, but this technology is very real. And the best part, it's becoming a total game changer for businesses of all sizes, and you can start using it like right now.
So let me just ask you this. When you hear AI automation, do you immediately picture some giant Silicon Valley company with bottomless pockets? It's a totally fair assumption to make. But the reality on the ground? Well, it's something else entirely.
Get this, a wild 75% of small businesses are already using AI tools. Yeah, you heard that right. That's 3 out of every 4. This isn't some exclusive top-tier trend anymore. It's a full-blown transformation happening from the ground up, all because it's easier to use than ever and gives a serious competitive edge.
And if you look at the impact on the money side of things, it is just undeniable. Businesses that are jumping on the AI train are seeing 91% higher revenue growth than the ones holding back. And that gap, it's just getting bigger and bigger. It really shows that getting a handle on AI isn't just a nice-to-have anymore. It's pretty much essential to stay in the game.
Okay, so what in the world is an AI agent really? Honestly, the best way to wrap your head around it is to think of it like a brand new digital employee for your team. Someone you can train up, give specific tasks to, and who can actually use other tools to get the job done.
When you strip it all down, an AI agent is basically a program that can operate on its own. It can see what's going on, make a decision, and then take action to hit a specific goal. And here's the key difference, right? This isn't just a chatbot that's built to, chat. It's a doer. It's a digital team member that is ready to roll up its sleeves and get stuff done.
And what's kind of surprising is just how simple this whole digital hire really is. It's made up of just 4 key parts. First, it has a brain. That's the large language model that's making all the calls. Then it's got memory, so it can remember past conversations and have some context. It has instructions. You can think of this as its main job description. And this is the really cool part. It has tools, the actual apps it can use to do work, like sending an email or updating your calendar.
Let's make that even clearer, because this distinction is super important. The system prompt is like the agent's permanent job description. It's where you tell it, okay, you're a customer service assistant, your goal is to sell tickets, and you can use Gmail and Zendesk. But the user prompt? That's more like a daily task. It changes all the time. It's you say, hey, send an email to John about his latest ticket. One is the role, the other is the action.
All right, so you're probably thinking, this sounds amazing, but I can't code to save my life. And that right there is the best part. You don't have to. Tools like NN are making this stuff accessible to everybody. You can literally build these powerful agents just by dragging and dropping boxes on a screen. No code whatsoever.
So every single automation has to start somewhere, right? It starts with a trigger. This is just the event that kicks the whole process off. It could be anything. A new email landing in your inbox, someone filling out a form on your website, or even just a set time, like every single morning at 9 a.m.
Next up, you literally just grab the AI agent node and drop it onto your screen. This is the moment you give your automation its brain. You hook it up to a language model, give it some instructions, and that's pretty much it. It is actually that simple.
And for the grand finale, you just draw a line to connect the trigger to the agent. Boom! Done! You've just built a real functional automation workflow. So now, whenever that trigger event happens, your agent just goes to work, all on its own.
Okay, so a basic agent is already super powerful, but an agent that actually knows your business, that's a total game changer. I mean, what if you could give your new digital employee a perfect photographic memory of every single internal document, every company policy, all your FAQs? Well, that's where things get really, really interesting.
We do this with a process called Retrieval Augmented Generation. It has a super technical name, RAG for short, but the concept is simple. All it really means is that you're giving your agent its own private library to read from, a custom knowledge base, so it's not just using the generic information it was trained on. You're basically giving it a specialized brain that's an expert on your business.
So how does the agent find the exact right piece of information so fast? It uses something called a vector database. Just think of it like a smart library. A normal library organizes books alphabetically, right? Well, this smart library organizes information by meaning. So a customer email complaining about late shipping might be stored right next to an internal doc about supply chain logistics, not because the words are the same, but because the concepts are related. This lets the agent find what it needs in a snap. And the way we build this library is surprisingly simple. First, we take a document and split it into smaller, easy-to-digest chunks. Then each of those chunks gets turned into a set of numbers, a vector, that captures its meaning. Next, we store all those vectors in our smart library. And finally, when a question comes in, the system instantly finds the most relevant vectors and uses them to piece together the perfect, super relevant answer.
So, look at everything we just covered. We talked about what an agent is, how you can build one without any code, and even how to give it expert knowledge about your company. I mean, this is technology that felt like it was decades away just a couple of years ago, and now it's a real tool that's right at your fingertips. The opportunity here isn't just about automating old tasks, it's about completely reinventing how we get work done.
And that really just brings it all home to this one critical point. Mastering AI is no longer optional. It's become the price of entry if you want to compete in today's world. The folks who wait on this are going to risk getting left in the dust, while the ones who jump in now are already starting to pull away from the pack.
Which really just leaves us with one final and I think most important question. Now that you know what's possible, what's that one tedious, repetitive, time-sucking process in your daily work that you're going to automate first? Because the tools are ready and waiting for you.